Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Christian Couples Couch. So, today we are going to be talking about a topic that I receive a lot of DMs regarding. I'm asked this question a lot on Clubhouse, so it's a pretty important topic, and it's a topic that everyone has dealt with, but people want to act like it's not a big deal. Friendship. That's what we're going to be talking about today. Friendship. You know, it seems like it's more acceptable, or maybe it's even more comfortable for a person to talk about pain that they have experienced from a spouse, from a parent, right? But the truth of the matter is, a lot of people experience pain from friendship. Um, let's just keep it real. A lot of times, if you had a friend that you've been friends with for a very long time, they become family, right? Well, because listen, your real friends, um, they are the family members that you choose. So when there is discord, or there is some type of issue or disagreement within a friendship, it hurts. It hurts. You may not want to acknowledge that it hurts, but it does. You know how I know it hurts you? Because a lot of times when people get hurt, they go do things, they go do mean things, right? Or they get an attitude and they shut down and they stop answering phone calls, they stop sending text messages and doing very immature things, you know? A lot of people do that. And it's not okay. Again, it's very immature. But what you're doing is you are expressing emotions. Now, there's a misconception. A lot of people will say, they're not going to see me show any emotion, and I'm not an emotional person. No one's going to make me cry. And if you got angry, anger is an emotion. Anger is an emotion, okay? So stop saying you're not emotional, okay? And also, if you don't show you're angry or you don't show that you're hurt, the pain still manifests in different ways. And it actually can eat you up inside if you're holding it in, okay? So it's important to talk about these things. So we're going to talk about it. So let's talk about it. Friendship. Okay, so again, like I said, this is a topic that, it's a very important topic. A friendship that has ended on a bad note. Maybe there's a friend that you miss. Maybe you didn't receive closure in your friendship. I don't know, but we're going to talk about it. So let's talk about a friendship that you had a disagreement or a misunderstanding. Let me tell you something. If you ever feel a way about your friend, say they said or did something that hurt you, right? I don't know if they did it intentionally or unintentionally. You know the situation. But if a friend did or said something that hurt you, tell them. If you don't feel comfortable telling your friend that they hurt you or that they upset you, that's not a friendship anyway. Because listen, as long as you have two different human beings, you're going to have two different people who think totally different, right? You're not going to always be on the same page. You're not going to always agree. And you're human. You are going to hurt someone, even if it's unintentional. Yes, you will. You will. You may be a mature person, mature enough to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, and apologize. But the point is, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone does something that can hurt someone. And even if it wasn't intentional, and they still deserve an apology, even if you didn't mean to do it. Okay, you can't say, well, I didn't mean to do it, so if you took it that way, then hey, that's on you. Excuse you, who do you think you are to tell someone that? Who do you think you are to tell someone that? Did you mean to sin against God? Did you mean to hurt God? So who are you to say, well, if you just took it that way, then that's your problem. That's not the way I meant it. It doesn't matter how you meant it. What matters is how you make the person that you claim to love feel. And if they are truly important to you, the way that they feel should be important to you. It should matter. Let me tell you something that cannot exist in any successful relationship. Pride. Pride cannot exist in any successful relationship. Pride will cause you to lose everything. It will. Pride will cause you to lose your best friend. Pride will cause you to lose your spouse. Pride can cause you to have a broken relationship with your children. Pride can cost you everything. It can cost you everything. It can even cost you your eternity in heaven. But that's another subject for another day. Be humble. Sit down, be humble, okay? Let me just say that. But anyway, how about kneel down, be humble to God, okay? But anyway, yes, so as it relates to friendship, you're gonna hurt someone. And here's the thing. Do not send a text message. Don't do it. Don't you put the phone down. Don't you do it. Do not send a text message if your friend has hurt you or upset you. Like if it's something, serious, not something small. Something small is different, especially when you know the personality of the person you're dealing with. If it's something small, yeah, you can send a text message. But if you're dealing with a friend that they may miss your point in the text message, or they may read into it too much. If you have an over analytical friend, if you have an over analytical friend who's always internalizing everything and overthinking everything, your friend, okay? You love them for who they are and how they are. So, don't make it like it's a big deal. You know who they are, so you know how to move accordingly. If you have a friend that's like that, do not send a text message. That is not a good form of communication to express how you feel on a big issue, right? You need to pick up the phone and call them. And better yet, if it's really something that's really bothering you, you need to go knock on the door. Or you need to text them and say, hey, what are you doing tomorrow for brunch? Can we meet up for brunch? Can we meet up for lunch? Can we meet up for dinner? Don't let that fester. Don't let days and days go by where you are upset with a friend because they said or did something that hurt you. Because all it does is it festers and it builds and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and resentment begins to settle in. You don't want that. You don't want it to even get to that point. That's not good, okay? You have to communicate. And there's a right and a wrong way to communicate. Don't say, I've heard it 1,000 times. Well, I'm the type of person, I'm just blunt and I say it how it is. And if they don't like it too bad, they'll get over it. Again, who are you? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are to say that, to feel that way? No, ma'am, no, sir. It's a thing called respect. And there's a right and a wrong way to communicate with someone. And you must have emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence will help you when dealing with a friend and how to communicate with them, and the best way to communicate with them, and the right words to speak. Because when you have emotional intelligence, you're thinking about how they could take this. Because guess what? It matters. Are you trying to get a point across, or are you trying to let them know how they made you feel so that y'all can fix it? Now, if your point is just to fuss and want to have an argument and be right and try to tell them how wrong they are, you're not going to get anywhere. And honestly, you're really not mature enough for a friendship. I'm just going to keep it real, okay? Because any relationship, including friendship, it takes time and it takes work and it takes some level of commitment. It does. Because a beautiful friendship, it can be so wonderful. Like, everyone needs a friend. I don't care who you are, what you say, or how strong, you say you are. Everyone needs a friend. Everyone needs a friend. I know Jesus is your friend, but he also gave you people right here on earth also that to be your friend. Don't push them all away. Don't push them all away, okay? Because everyone needs someone that they can talk to. Everyone needs someone to cover them in prayer. Everyone needs someone that they can go hang with, have a good time with. I also have a best friend, and I also have friends that I love very much. And they all serve a different purpose in my life, and I need them. I love them and I need them, right? And I have no problem saying that. And a lot of people have problems saying, like, I need you. I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody. Keep thinking that. And you're going to be on that island by yourself. You're going to be sitting in that house full of cats. Loving on your cats. Life passing you by. Or your dog. And I love dogs, but I'm just saying, you need somebody. And so, as I was saying, don't send a text message because your point can be lost in translation. And now you have a bigger problem than what you started with. And now you have to try to clear up what you said in the text versus actually really dealing with the issue at hand. Because now it has spiraled into something more. And then they send you something back and then you send them something back. And no. Everyone's guilty of it. Everyone has done it. Don't do it anymore. Okay? Let's have healthy relationships, healthy friendships. So, if this is a really close friend, you need to go knock on their door, talk to them face to face. Because the truth is, people don't have the same energy face to face. They just don't. There's a lot of keyboard gangsters out there. You might be a keyboard gangster. Your friend might be a keyboard gangster. I don't know. And I'm not saying that, you're not tough in real life. But I'm just saying that when you love someone, you are more inclined to be more respectful face to face and more careful with the words that you speak face to face than you would be through a text message. And please don't do the social media thing. I'm not even gonna, we're not gonna even get into that because I know that you guys are more mature than that. I'm sure you're more mature than that. That, that's something that, people do, the subliminal post and the subliminal messages when they are too much of a coward or too immature to actually pick up the phone and have the conversation, knock on the door and have the conversation, meet for lunch and have the conversation face to face. Don't do that. And if you've done it before, don't do it again. It's not good. It's not a good look. It's not okay. It's just not okay. But anyway, so, in dealing with friendship, make sure you have a conversation face to face and you're respectful in your words and make sure you get out how you feel. Don't sugarcoat and say, oh, it's okay. No, say how you feel respectfully and in love. And if they truly love and respect you, they will receive it in the same manner in which you gave it to them. It's not going to get taken out of context because they're going to be listening attentively to what you're saying. They'll give you their full undivided attention and they'll be able to actually listen. Do you know what listening? Do you know what listening entails? It means you have to close your mouth and you have to actually listen. It doesn't mean that you're thinking about what you're going to say next. It doesn't mean you cut them off to interrupt them because they said something that you don't agree with or that you don't like what they said. No, you listen, and you receive what they're saying. And then when they're done, then you respond. Don't be thinking about what you're going to say next and how you're going to win this argument. Because there's no such thing as winning an argument with someone you love. All you're doing is hurting people more. When it comes to someone you love, it shouldn't be about that. It should be just about, let's talk about this issue so that we never have to have it again. And if we truly talk about it the right way and we really put everything on the table, it won't come up again. A lot of the problem is sometimes people are so afraid of confrontation that they don't discuss the true issue at hand. They'll say a little bit, but they don't give it all. And so what's happening is you only told them a little smidget of what they did or how you felt, and you downplayed how you truly felt about it. Like, yeah, you did this, but it's okay. But you're still dealing with that pain. And that pain is building and building and building, and it's turning to resentment until one day you just blow up. And they're like, I thought we got past that. What's going on? Or where'd that come from? Why did you get mad at me about that? We've had bigger issues. And they're thinking things are fine. Meanwhile, the whole time you still been hurt because you didn't actually forgive, or you didn't tell them truly how you felt. What's with these walls? Let's talk about these walls that people have up to protect themselves from the very people that they love. Let's talk about that. In order to have a successful friendship or any relationship in general, you have to bring those walls down. You have to let those walls come down. And you do that by recognizing what caused you to create those walls. I guarantee you it probably wasn't that person. Maybe it was someone in your past. Maybe it was someone in your family. Maybe it was an old friend. And now you are causing yourself to possibly lose a good friend that you have right now because of something someone else did. Same thing people do in relationships. The current person you're in a relationship with, they it's like they charge them for everything that the previous person did, and then treat them accordingly to what the other person did. And now you're about to let this good relationship or possibly good relationship go down the drain because of some pain that you never got healing from. And that's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. Sometimes you have a friend that you have been friends with for a very long time, and they are family to you. Now, let's talk about this. Let's just keep it real. A lot of times the friends that you have, they either remind you of yourself, remind you of who you want to be, who you used to be. Maybe you guys connected on a level of pain, and that's why you guys, hit it off and became friends. Maybe you connected in a place of success. Maybe they had their own business, or they were doing something and you had something going on, and you respected their hustle, they respected yours, and you respected their hard work ethic, and they respected your hard work ethic. And you have this degree and they have this degree, and maybe you had similar struggles, to get to the point where you are, and you connected, in that space. But it's just the truth. There's some part of you that is attracted to that person. There's some part of you that caused you to love that person, right? So when things don't go right, and again, if it was a long friendship, and someone begins to act funny, and people only act funny when they're offended. People don't just start acting funny out of nowhere. Something happened. Even if you're not aware of what happened, something happened, right? And to be honest, sometimes they pull away because, like I said, maybe they're afraid to talk about it. But honestly, sometimes they pull away to protect their heart because they see it going downhill. And maybe they had relationships in the past that went downhill, like their relationship with their parents. So you never know Someone could have experienced abandonment and they're afraid of being abandoned again. The end of a friendship can feel like an abandonment. And to protect themselves, they rather push away than to confront the issue and deal with it. And it's unfortunate. So that's why it's important to communicate. Because, you know, a person that loves you doesn't really want to hurt you. And if they do want to hurt you intentionally, then they don't necessarily love you. They love what you can do for them, or who you are to them, or how you make them look. It comes back to them. But you evaluate your friendships. Evaluate your friendships. Is your friend the type of person who is there for you when, you know, you're going through hard times? I know a lot of you think that that's the best kind of friend to have. You know, a friend that is there for you through the hard times. When you're going through it, they're there through the hard times. And I am here to tell you that is not true. Coach Franny said that's not true. A friend that is there for you during the hard times does not necessarily mean that they are a genuine friend. This is how you know if they're a genuine friend. Are they there for you to celebrate you through the good times also? And I'll tell you why. Misery loves company. Sometimes people are drawn to bad situations and they will be there to dry your eyes and be that shoulder to cry on. But as soon as something good happens in your life, you know, God blesses you with a new husband or a new wife or a new job or you know, whatever, new business, your business is flourishing or something. Say, you know, things went bad in your last business or your last relationship, and they were like, oh, they were there for you, like, oh, it's gonna be okay. You're so strong, you're this, you're that. And you're like, wow, this is really my friend. This is my ride or die. But then when God came and actually did the good things that they said that God would do, which you knew God was going to do it anyway, because trouble don't last always, okay? And then the good times coming, they a ghost. They become Casper. They gone. They start acting funny, or they're too busy, or they can't make it to this event because they have to go do something that's not even important. They just come up with things, you know, or they're tired. They just, oh, I'm just, you know, it's always something, right? Or I'm really sad. You know why they sad? They sad because they're not genuinely happy for you. Your success is a reminder to them that they aren't successful or they aren't doing enough. But the truth is, a real friend will be inspired by you, not jealous of you. A true friend, when they see you doing good things, doing big things, making big moves, they are inspired. And they're doing this. And it's genuine. It's genuine. Okay? Like, that's real. That's just the truth. So don't get caught up in those friends that are just there for the hard times. Get caught up on the friends who are there for the hard times and the good times. Because that's a real friend. And that kind of friend you need to hold on to. That's the kind of friend you need to hold on to. And you always want to think about, what did a person go through before I met them? What experiences have they had? Because a lot of times people deal with you on that level of what they've already been through. And so, and something else, is also important to be patient with people. Sometimes people just kind of go away into their little shell and want to be left alone. And you can take it like, oh, they acting funny now. Or did I do something? Why didn't they tell me what I did? Or why are they acting this way? And it very well could have absolutely nothing to do with you. But you feel like, well, they're not communicating and I don't know what's going on. And the best thing that you can do in that type of situation is not jump to conclusions, is to call them. If they won't answer the phone, they won't answer the front door, send them a text message and say, I just want to tell you that I love you and I'm here for you. And when you're ready to talk, I will be here. If you need anything, I'm here for you. You see that? But see, that would take humility. That would take you not thinking that it's always about you, right? Or making it negative, like, well, they just must be this or they must be that. Because people actually go through things, not just you. People go through things, and everyone doesn't handle, trials and tribulations the same way. You may be the type of person that prays. You may not have a problem venting to your best friend and telling them what's going on in your life, and then you get off the phone and you feel better. Some people, they like to kind of withdraw and be alone for a while for many different reasons. Maybe they're just comfortable doing that. Maybe they're afraid that they may take their anger out on you. There's nothing worse than displaced anger. Maybe they love and value you too much to do that. Whatever the reason is, you should respect it. And you should always lead with love and emotional intelligence. And just let them know, and with humility, and say, hey, I'm here for you. Now, if too long goes by, you might want to call again and check again, because, during the times we're living in right now, you never know what a person could be thinking, because the devil is busy. Satan is really busy right now. And depression is real, right? Depression is real. That S word is real also. So as a friend, you don't want to stay away for too long, but respect people's space. Don't always jump to conclusions. Use emotional intelligence, When you are picking a friend, or you are evaluating the friendships that you currently have, if you really want to know if you have a true friend, ask yourself these questions. Do they support me? I mean, like wholeheartedly, like my cheerleader, in your corner, hyping you up like, you got this, you go ahead, I got you whatever you need. They pay full price. Not the discount, because you're going to offer discount, because that's your friend. Are they going to take the discount, or are they going to pay full price? I'm just saying. Not saying not a real friend if they take the discount, because that might be all they can afford. But I'm just saying, when they can afford full price, they should. If you have a business and you sell things, I'm just saying, support. Are they like, bragging about you and what you got going on to people? That's very important. Like, honestly, a real friend is so happy for you that your happiness feels like their happiness, because they're happy that you're happy. That's how it works. Your happiness should not make them jealous or envious. It should make them inspired and happy. That was number one. Number two, I stated this earlier. Are they there for you during the hard times? Are they there for you when times get rough? Are they a shoulder to lean on? Can you confide in them? Can you trust them? Can you trust them? Because here's the thing. A lot of people get mad. When they get mad, if the friendship ends, or, you guys are going through a hard time, they will go bad mouth you to other people. They will call you everything but a child of God. They will lie on you. They will exaggerate the truth. They will make you the bad guy. They're the victim and you're the villain. They're not telling the story, because, like I said, anytime something goes wrong, both people are at fault, are possibly at fault to a degree. One person might be more at fault, 70%, you might be 30%. But the problem is they'll go and lie and gossip and flip it and make themselves the victim, you the villain, leave out a bunch of stuff and go tell people. A real friend, they love you when they are a friend, and they love you when you're not in the best place. And guess what? They don't go tell anybody because it's nobody's business. It is nobody's business. If y'all are in a hard place right now, it's nobody's business. Why? Because they love you so much that they know you're gonna be all right. Y'all gonna be all right. You just need a little time to let things breathe. But they will not go lie and gossip and talk about you behind your back. And you come around, they family and friends, and they looking at you like this. That's because they've been lying and gossiping about you and talking about you. Friends don't do that. You know why? Because real friends are protective of you. They are so protective of you that they won't allow someone to think about you in any other way, in any negative way, period. No matter what y'all going through, they will never, ever, ever want to allow someone to even have a negative thought about you, to hold something against you, to feel any type of negative way towards you, because they are protective of you. That's a real friend is protective, even in the good times and in the bad times. If you're not talking right now or not, they are still protective of you at all times. You tell them the most about a person at the end of a relationship. And real friendships don't have to end. They don't. You know, you have your reason, your season, your lifetime friends. You know if you have a lifetime friend. Don't try to make yourself feel better about the issues y'all having by saying, well, maybe they were just seasonal. You know that they were a lifetime friend. Don't you lose that good friend. Okay. So that was number 2. How are they during the hard times? Okay. Like this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you didn't like this video, hit the like button anyway. And comment down below. Make sure you subscribe. I'm going to give you a second to subscribe. Go ahead. Thank you. I appreciate you subscribing. Don't be getting all this good information and not subscribing. Don't be like that. You know, don't be that kind of person. Don't be that kind of person. Something ain't right. Because it costs you nothing. It's absolutely free to just hit subscribe. It's free. And I'm giving you this free 99. So you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I love you. God bless you. And I will see you next time on Christian Couples Couch. Bye.